What's up, my Bearded Bros, Bearded Maniac, here again with NBA game picks and whatever. It's Monday, December 2nd. We've been gone for a week. I was at the in-laws for the holidays, and I had a blast. But if you looked at my Twitter, which none of you probably know what my Twitter is, but if you look up the Bearded Maniac on Twitter, you should reliably find it, because most of my recent tweets are referring to the Patriots game and the disappointment that it was, to put it kindly, in my NBA picks for the week. That's the point. If I'm going to be gone for the week, I will tweet out every single pick I am going to make. During my little vacation, and right before that, we went a combined 41 and 17. Now, it started with the whole Dallas over Houston and the upset pick in that kind of day. And we did take a mulligan in one of the games specifically, mainly because I wasn't aware, and it is my fault 100%, that Boston played Brooklyn in Brooklyn at like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and I wasn't aware of that until I checked it at like 2 o'clock before I thought the game time was supposed to be, because I thought it was supposed to be at 3:30, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to take the loss there. So I didn't pick a team in that game, so if you do look back, I didn't pick a Boston-Brooklyn game for that day. I just took a loss. And that's why we are 41 and 17 and not 42 and 16, which would have been amazing. Granted, I probably would have picked Boston anyway, and they did lose, so that doesn't mean anything. But overall, we are 195 and 97, which means this night is huge. This night of basketball is absolutely huge. We've got 6 games on the slate, and if we go 5-1, we will have hit 200 wins before 100 losses. But if we go 3-3, we'll hit 100 losses before the 200 wins, which would suck. Anything else, if we go 4-2, which is the only other outcome that is in between, we'll have to wait, because 4-2 would mean we're 1 win and 1 loss away. Anyway, I digress. To get onto with the action tonight, we have Charlotte facing Phoenix, and if you are familiar with my channel, there's a rule. There's a golden rule in everything, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, anything. I have to pick at least one upset when making selections, because if you just pick all the favorites, it's boring. This night, however, I struggled picking the upset, because not a lot of these matchups are quite even. So we start with Phoenix at Charlotte. I'm picking Charlotte. That's going to be my upset pick. Usually I'd say, it's the team I think is most likely to upset. That's not the situation here. I don't think they're the most likely team to upset, but I like their potential. I like their splash and pizzazz, if whatever you want to call it. I like how capable they are of surprising us. PJ and Graham are 2 solid young players. I think they'll come up clutch tonight. And another reason why I think Phoenix will lose, or another reason why I'm going to go with picking Phoenix to lose, is I think it's going to be I'm going to say it's going to be a poor shooting night for Phoenix. And that's putting it simply. And then you have Utah at Philadelphia. This game was tough. One reason why I picked Philadelphia over Utah, even though I've been picking Utah nearly every single day, is one, Utah had a very disappointing game last night. Was down by 40 points against Toronto at halftime. 37-77 was the deficit. They ended up only losing by 20, so yes, they did outscore Toronto by 20 points in the second half, but on a back-to-back, and now you're facing a fresher Philadelphia 76ers team with Joel Embiid. I feel like he's going to bully down Rudy Gobert a little bit in this one. Hopefully he doesn't have another 0-point performance. That would be embarrassing. However, that's not who I think is going to pop up tonight. That's not who I think. I don't think Joel Embiid is going to be the one that carries the Philadelphia 76ers to the win. I think, honestly, it's going to be Simmons and his shooting percentage. Now, does that sound weird? Yes, because I didn't phrase it properly, and I apologize. What I mean here is if Simmons can shoot over 65% tonight, over 65%, I don't care if it's from 3, from fucking 2, from the paint, from mid-range, from the free throw line, I don't care. Well, free throw line, I do care, because he needs to shoot well there. But if he can shoot 65% and put on some pressure on the Utah Jazz defenders, I think it's going to open up the rest of the offense for the Philadelphia 76ers. Because when Simmons shoots well, it forces the defense to play him a little bit more, which is usually the weakness in his game, where the defense doesn't have to necessarily focus on him, because you know he's not going to kill you from three, so you can kind of hesitate, even though that's a bad idea. But still, I'm picking Philadelphia. Then you got Golden State at Atlanta. Atlanta coming off a bad loss to Houston, lost by 47 points, as you can see there on the Western Conference block. 3 down, 2 over. The second one over, November 30th, lost by 40 points. Golden State, on the other hand, isn't much more promising. They did lose to the Magic, I believe, just last night. Sad face indeed. I like Trae Young in this matchup. I really do. I know it's cheesy saying he's going to be the difference maker here, but I honestly think he will. If he can get double-digit assists tonight, 100% believe the Hawks will win. And you have New York Knicks at Milwaukee Bucks, coming off a tough loss to the Boston Celtics, where they held the lead late in the game too, and just kind of fell apart. Although I do like the uniforms they were wearing, I will say that. I did like the uniforms. I gotta go Milwaukee. I don't know how you would ever pick the Knicks over the Bucks. Maybe the same reason you maybe picked the Knicks over the Mavericks. Who knows? But I just don't think the Knicks have the firepower. And goddamn it, I broke another pen. That sucks, because that's the only way to really release this thing is the shot. Anyway, I digress. Broken pen and all. Let's get this going. I have Indy over Memphis as well. I like Sabonis, and Miles Turner, I believe, is back in 100%. Not just back. According to the injury report, no Jakar Simpson, and this is via ESPN mobile app, which, according to the injury report, they're both out, but they never update their app, so it doesn't matter. The biggest issue here for the Grizzlies is I don't believe John Morant is playing in this one, and I think if that's the case, it will be a huge issue. Boards, I think, will favor Indy, and I think shooting overall will favor Indy as well. This could be a very close game, but I'm still picking Indy to win on the road. Then you have Chicago at Sacramento. This one I thought was really close. Honestly, you could pick Chicago because they would probably be the most likely to upset. They are 6-14 record. Sacramento 8-10, so it's not too far apart. Levine has been playing incredible basketball, up and down a little bit, but still incredible nonetheless. I'm picking Sacramento here. There's not much reasoning to it. I feel like Sacramento has some surprises lurking in the shadows. Still no De'Aaron Fox or Bagley, but I think Buddy Hield will carry them to victory. I think Buddy Hield will make 5+ 3-pointers, which means 5 or more, and that will carry the Sacramento Kings to victory. Anyway, guys, that is it for now. I have to put together the new power rankings for the NFL Week 14. Because I didn't do power rankings last week, I have to go over 2 weeks of data, so that's going to take me a little bit longer. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Peace.